Rowing the Charles, running Heartbreak Hill, and golfing at Granite Links. All the activities that put the great in Greater Boston. With its stunning skyline view and top 100 best in America rankings, Granite Links is a must-play destination for golfers near and far. The course and restaurants welcome visitors, or become a member and enjoy full club privileges. To experience the best in the U.S. right here in Boston, visit Granite Links, or to learn more, visit granitelinksgolfclub.com.
Back here again. Welcome to Steele Nazz. We got a very special one for you tonight. Steele Nazz is always brought to you by Hedge Better from our headquarters in Braintree, Mass. Sponsored by Slight Edge Fitness and Performance and Granite Links Golf Club. Tonight, like I said, we got a special one for you. A long time coming. Number 3 contender in the UFC Bantamweight division, Rob Font. Leominster, Mass native, joins the boys. Talk about his career, his big win over Cody Garbrandt. The future, the New England Cartel. Sneak peek here. Calvin Cater makes an appearance in the interview. Great stuff. What are we thinking of it, boys?
Oh, incredible. Been waiting.
I hate, every fighter we have on, I can't even pick a favorite fighter. Even Lights Out Lang, Lights Out Lang's my favorite fighter. I don't know who to pick. They're all amazing. Fighters are the best interviews we have. They're the best guests. They're the coolest people. Yeah, and I think I'm going to go pay for a personal training with Rob Font. It's probably going to cost me an arm and a leg, but it'll be worth it.
It'll wildly be worth it, though.
That dude was so cool.
Font's very open about training.
We're recording right now, so if you want to talk into the mic.
Afterwards,
it's a hell of an interview.
Cut it.
A hell of an interview. No, we're not cutting.
Afterwards, the Bucks are NBA champs. Taylor Hall is close to signing with the Bruins, and we had Red Sox Yankees last week. We got a hell of a show for you. Here we go. UFC's Rob Font. We're now joined by the number 3 contender in the bantamweight rankings in the UFC, Rob Font. Now, how does that feel? And how are you doing tonight?
I'm all right, man. How you guys doing?
Good, hanging in there.
Fantastic. Loving life.
Yeah, very excited.
So
Big
obviously,
fans.
I appreciate that. Any of you guys train?
No. Hell no.
He fought a rough and rowdy in the barstool stuff, but other than that, we're kind of more talkers than fighters.
Okay.
If we were in a ring with you, all 4 of us, we'd lose. if that's your question.
Lose handedly.
Now, my question for you, obviously coming off a great win against Cody Garbrandt, what have you been really doing to keep yourself worthwhile and keeping yourself prepared for the next opportunity?
For me, honestly, I kind of just get back into just lots of jiu-jitsu and lots of wrestling. That's kind of my biggest hole is always going to be grappling. So I instantly just get back to just constantly grappling. I let my, I don't do much sparring. I let the full contact sparring and Muay Thai, kickboxing, all that kind of slow down a little. I still, obviously train, but I don't get in there and take the damage. And I just do a lot of grappling and just keep the, the striking sharp. But, it's just got to fill the gaps in with the grappling. But, I just been, had a couple of weeks where I was hanging out and then, we're getting back to work. But
now we'll talk about the Garbrandt fight in a sec, but your post-fight interview after that, I love that. From a guy who goes to a boxing gym maybe once or twice a month to kind of get off the one. You said you had the best jab in the UFC, and I couldn't agree more. Just tell me what goes through, really working on that throughout the years, because that's a tough thing to do and a really underrated thing to, perfect.
Yeah, it's trying to be, super, super creative with the basics, and I constantly try to get, real creative of how I throw it, when I throw it. What I do before I throw the jab is, I'm always working on that. I just try to keep the super basics consistent, but just creative at the same time. Since I started, I naturally, I think, had a decent jab, and then I just over the years, I just stuck with it. I consistently, always try to work on it. I consistently landed it when I was sparring, kickboxing or MMA or even boxing. And then, then obviously I'm having everybody tell me that I got a decent jab. So, I just felt like, Cody Garbrandt was the perfect, perfect opponent to really just utilize the jab. You just keep it keep it to the game plan and just keep it just jabbing them. And, it worked out perfect.
Yeah. And, coming off the big win against Marlon Moraes going into that fight, You know, it was your first headliner, I think, unless correct me if I'm wrong, your first UFC 5-round fight in Vegas. I don't think there were any fans because, you know, COVID was kind of heavy then. Just tell me going into that fight, what was your preparation and, you know, feeling getting there with, you know, Bruce Buffer giving you the big, you know, mention main event. Just give me the whole 9 yards of how that fight, you know, kind of went into fruition.
Yeah, so, you know, obviously it's a big moment, it's a big event. I'd be lying if I said it was just another day in the office. It definitely wasn't. But I did make that walk a couple of times, the main event walk, and did the whole media thing with Calvin. You know, I've seen him do it a couple of times. So I've been there. I made that walk. I've seen what the media is on fight week. So I technically didn't do it, but I did, you know, so that definitely helped out. We fought at the Apex, so it wasn't that big. Usually it's a lot longer, a lot drawn out of a walk and entrance. So it wasn't like the usual one. So having, I guess, officially the big arena yet, you know, but it felt like, but it still felt kind of a little awkward because it's like, you know, I would assume it felt like kind of like how the Ultimate Fighter House was, you know, like and you know what I'm saying? So I've never done that, so it was still kind of new to me, but small. It was like real quick, get in there. Like the walkout is longer but small. Right when you open the door, it was like cage, you know. So we instantly got in there, and then that I can honestly say that was the only thing that I felt like, all right, this is different. But once I got in there, it was just another day in the office.
Yeah, game on. Let's go.
The Apex is kind of
like.
The Apex is cool.
That was the only thing. Yeah, I kind of got in there. I felt it. It was like it took a lot longer for, you know, Bruce to, you know, the announcers to do their thing, and we had to do the, you know, I had to come there and do the stare down. So that definitely longer than obviously the 5 rounds. That definitely, you know, was something new. You know, obviously the little thing, seeing an extra corner and, you know, having because you're in the main event, you get an extra corner. So them having an extra corner, having an extra corner, that was kind of new. But once the first two, I think once I kind of like really hit him with a right hand in the first round, I was like, I was locked in, and it felt like I was just flowing. I was just in the zone. I was, you know, just feeling it out, and it really did feel like those rounds just they were going by so fast. Like I've never
one
felt
after the other.
Yeah, they were just going by so fast to the point I was like, what round is this? And I kept asking the cut man, like, what round is this? And it's like, round. All right, cool. But I wasn't tired. I'm like, all right, I feel good. And it's like, I know I'm getting hit, but I'm not hurt. You know, like I'm good. Like cardio's good. I'm touching them. I'm sure I'm winning the fight. I can tell by my corner is like voicing like, and I can tell I'm winning the fight. So I know I'm winning. I just got to, you know, just not get knocked out. This guy got a lot of power.
Oh yeah. Got to be careful with Cody.
And, you know, so I'm like, all right, just, you know, obviously keep doing your thing, keep the gas on the pedal, you know, but just, you know, play a little safer in the 5th round, just not get knocked out. But then I caught him. And I was like, hold up.
Keep going, you know? Finish this up, huh?
You know, let's try to get out of there. But I could feel like he still had enough to kind of put me away. He hit me with a couple in the 5th round, and like one miss. I was like, all right, slow down, because this guy still has it. And then just kind of get back to just basically boxing him instead of like trying to knock him out. I just got back to boxing him, and then. But yeah, man, like besides, I've said the walkout and the extra corners, and, you know, obviously having my girl in the corner and all that, and we had the UFC Destin crew follow us around, so like obviously that was pretty cool. That was new. You know, I was like, this all right. This is the main event shit. You know, like we're finally here. You know, we're getting the whole thing. We get the extra, you know, the extra little favors on fight week, you know, and
faces,
you know,
on the poster.
You know, yeah, things like that. Oh yeah, that's another thing. You have the face. I'm like, I'm looking at the poster. You know?
It's me.
Yeah, I got my face on the poster. I'm, you know, signing this. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed that part. But besides that, after all that and got through that first 2 minutes, it was literally just another day in the gym, and I just had fun out there and you know, enjoyed the moment, and it was super focused and just, you know, like. Just, you know, going out there and put one of the, you know, the best guys out there, a big name, former champion. And, you know, just and doing exactly what we spoke of and exactly what I said I would do, you know. And so I just, you know, just make sure I just knew, like, hey, there's no way if I stick to my game plan and I've been putting this work in, and I know. And the thing is, one thing to think you have a decent jab, but when you know you have a good jab, like it's hard to deal with, like kickboxing, MMA, boxing, anything. It's just hard to deal with a guy that has a good jab, and like I have. a pretty good jab. So
Yeah, they get frustrated.
To your
Don't be coy.
Yeah, to your point of not knowing what round it was, moving it so fast. That's what I was kind of looking at because I think you won just about every round, but it seemed like you were getting stronger and stronger as it was going out. And to your point again, I think you gotta give your cardio and everything right like that a big clap on the back.
Shout out to Mike Perry, Skill of Strength, my strength conditioning coach. There was not one point where my corner even asked if I was tired or I thought I was tired. Like it was more of like, again, like, well, what are you seeing? What can we do next? There was no like motivating talk. There was no like, oh, you got this. It was just like pure instruction. And again, it was just, I felt like we went in there like a fucking, like a bank robber. Get in there, done, got out. We had only a couple intentions and we did it. A couple teeps, a couple right hands, a couple jabs, get the job done and get out. And that's exactly what happened. And we enjoyed the day in Vegas.
Yeah, we'll get what's yours exactly. Let me spin it back to the beginning of your career. Now, us doing our research on you. So there's a story about you being a pizza delivery driver, getting you into MMA. Yep. Now, walk me through that story because that seems very interesting.
Yeah, so I was delivering pizzas in Tampa, Florida, and I just pulled up to a house. It was like a Saturday night. They were, I want to say, I'm not 100% sorry, but I want to say it was the BJ Penn versus George St. Pierre second fight. They're getting ready to watch that one.
Oh, wow.
But again, at this time, I wasn't really a fan. But I remember them saying St. Pierre and Penn, but I don't know if it was the first or second, but I'm assuming it was definitely the second fight. They're getting ready to watch that. They're doing jiu-jitsu in the garage. They kind of broke down what it was. I never really watched MMA, and I kind of just briefly kind of knew about like certain fighters and really just watched boxing, if anything. But they broke it down to me. It was something about it. It definitely caught my eye. It was kind of like, and I just sat there and I just watched them drill. They told me what they were doing. They were watching the fights, and then I just delivered the pizza. And I'm just thinking about it. I was like, I'm gonna go try this out. Got home, started, got on the computer, started Googling, started looking like where could I go? Who could I find out in Tampa where I could train with? And then within like a week later, I was in the gym. I was checking it out.
Wow.
Signed up for like a 2-week trial. Did that. Then I signed up for the year, and from there it was on. I was like, I couldn't do anything else but watch MMA, train MMA, speak about MMA. I was just addicted. I was a full-on addiction and just never stopped doing it. It was like, this is what I'm doing.
Now that's incredible.
I wonder if those guys know that.
Do they know?
I thought you could make, obviously, I was like, wait, you could make decent money doing this, and it's real simple. If you just win, you keep going on. Like, wait,
just win.
Let's just go all in, and we did, and and then that was it. I took a couple kickboxing fights. I lost my first one, won the second one. And then I took my first amateur fight. I lost that one. And all those losses, and I just kept learning and figuring it out. And then I finally turned pro, made my debut, won, I believe, my debut, lost my third fight. And then from there, I went on a tear. It was like, I think 9 or 10 in a row. Got into the UFC in 2014 and just been grinding ever since.
Do you have like a boxing background or wrestling in high school? Any background at all before that? Oh, that's incredible.
I first started off in just jiu-jitsu. Like I technically I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. I started off training at a jiu-jitsu school. I think naturally I gravitated to striking and just picked it up faster. But I started off at a jiu-jitsu school. I played a couple sports and when I was coming up, and naturally, been decent with in sports and a decent athlete. But I think for me, it was more of like I was always just never afraid to look stupid and try something until I got it right. So I would just try anything. It was like, I was that kid that like for 6 months I was that BMX guy, or I was skateboarding, or I was, saying I'm playing volleyball now. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm saying? But I was just like, you play, saying like, what are you doing? And I was always just kind of switching it up and basketball, baseball, whatever, like I was never like really good at it, but decent enough. And I wasn't afraid to try it. But that was it. It was like, again, it was like love at first sight. I was like, I'm doing this. And
Are you saying that anyone could just do this then? Kinda. I mean, if you were
honestly, bro, like
if you have the passion,
come
obviously.
train with us, we'll get you right, man. We'll get you right.
Well, yeah, I have that question with the cartel.
I'm inspired.
And kind of, growing with Calvin and all that. And the way you're you do a lot of classes kind of bringing up people in MMA or types of fighting. How important is that to you, whether it's training with Calvin against, high-end competition or bringing up kind of talent in through the cartel, in helping you and further you in your career?
Yeah, it's you got to think about it. I wake up and I get to train with one of the best 45ers in the world. Think about that. Like I'm in there head to head with one of the best and future champs in Calvin Kattar. So I'm seeing everything that any of these 35ers are going to throw at me. And that's something, again, I'm at his brother's house right now. We're at a barbecue. You know what I'm saying? It's 15 minutes away from where I'm at. So like, this is like on a daily thing. So I'm always improving. I'm always getting challenged. And then again, we're those type of guys that we're going to, go out there and get the work in, and then also bring the up and comings with us. And these guys are getting good, man. Shout out to Tom Pags, Nick Fiore. These guys they just keep getting better, and this is motivating because I know if I slip up, they're gonna start taking over and just
right, next man up.
Me up to it, So I gotta these guys are motivating me. I know I gotta watch out for the young bucks.
Do you ever just like put them in their place, like, he's getting too cocky here?
Yeah.
I gotta remind them sometimes. Even that is hard. Like I'm like, all right, I'm taking a risk trying to remind these young kids, and it's like a couple more years, that's not gonna happen. So
yeah,
get it now.
So you talk,
so. Knowing obviously training with good up and comers and obviously training with one of the best 45ers in the world definitely boosts your confidence. But, we also pull in other guys that are better than us and like better wrestlers than us or better strikers or better boxers. We're constantly bringing those guys in. So we're always improving. And when I was coming up, I was always down to travel too. I would go to ATT. I would go to Team Alpha Male. I would go back to Tampa and train out there with those guys. So, I felt different guys. I got out on the road and I got beat up by a lot of different styles and learned from those and brought them back and just kept getting better. So, again, like having guys like Calvin and the young guys we're training with now, it's just definitely, keeps me sharp. And, I'm excited for the cartel. I'm excited for the team.
Yeah, speaking of Calvin, I just want to know the background. I know you're from Leominster. You went down to Tampa and figured out that whole thing. What was like the first contact you had with Calvin, to start up the New England Cartel and your, partnership, what relationship you got now?
Yeah, so honestly, I wanted to fight him. Yeah. So he was the king at 45. At the time I was fighting at 45, I was still kind of like on the young, you got to beat the big dog in the yard type of attitude, and I wanted. And then my manager Tyson and Coach Tyson Chartier, he was like, "Listen, that's pretty dumb. Let's slow down. Like,
Take it easy.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we'll get there.
You know what I'm saying? You're too small to fight at 45, anyways. Let's how about we train with this guy? Let's bring him in and let's he's a pretty cool dude. Like, I think you'll like him. Like, and it was just like, yeah, man, I don't know. It's still kind of like, man, kind of like fuck that. Like. Us against them, fuck that. And he's like, no, I'm telling you. And then I finally came along, and I was like, wow, he was right. This guy's, he was the man. Like, then from started training, it kept pushing me. He was legit. The striking was ridiculous. The boxing, obviously, you guys see how good he is. So I'm like, all right, this is perfect. He's dedicated. He has experience. He's been, he has experience. He's seen all of what New England could offer. So that's a plus to us. He can be, I'm not going in there and it's never like I'm just going to beat up Calvin Kattar. It's never going to happen. So it's kind of like, it's always a close match, like no matter what. It could be just pure MMA or just grappling by itself or just pure wrestling or boxing. It's always a tough go. So then he's just a cool dude. And then, pretty much a couple months of training now, he's in my corner the whole time. And before you know it, a couple years go by. It's just, we just kind of formed a team, and then, we picked up a couple more younger guys and different coaches, and it just kept growing. And before you know it, we had something. We didn't have it, but we didn't have like a team name. And then we all were at Calvin Kattar's fight in Chicago when he knocked out Ricardo Lamas, and we're in the the airport and I'm listening to Rick Ross, one of his first CDs.
Nice.
Every day I'm hustling.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like we had a crazy weekend. I'm kind of like, I'm feeling it, so I'm hungover. I'm just sitting there, right? And I'm thinking like, yo, I'm again, call me cocky, but I think we're on a different level than most of these guys. I feel like we got to just figure out like a team name and put it together. And I just kept hearing the Kansas City Cartel. He kept shooting that out, Kansas City Cartel. I'm like, man, I'm about to just put the New England Cartel together. And I put it out there. And then I put an Instagram post and I hashtag New England Cartel, and like just everybody just loved it. And it was like, wait, hold up.
Oh yeah, no, you guys nailed it. Absolutely
I
nailed
think
it.
we actually have something here. And then obviously, we just started pushing it. We started pushing it. And then it became a brand.
Yeah, print the shirts.
Yeah, I mean, if I buy a shirt without ever throwing a punch, am I part of the cartel?
Of course, man. You're definitely part of the cartel.
I might start doing some MMA after this. Right now, I want to be like legit. I want to be in the cartel.
I do have another question in terms of kind of one of our previous guests, Moutinho. Kind of what were your thoughts on his fight and I guess his opponent that kind of is calling for your name?
Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, no, those guys are savages, man. Those guys are savage. You saw that, great performance on both of them. Chris is tough as fuck, man. Like he's not going anywhere. Like
that guy's not human.
Yeah, that guy's just terminated.
Jesus Christ.
He's not. Yeah, And obviously Sean did his thing. He looked decent. You got to give it up to anybody that takes a fight on short notice like that, on a stage like that, and he didn't phase him at all. So that you got to look at that too. He knows what he needs to work on. So that's a good thing too. He knows what he needs to work on, and it's basic defense, basic head movement, and that could be fixed. So I definitely see Chris having a lot more UFC fights. I'm excited for him, and now as far as Sugar, man, I kind of like the kid, man. He's fucking wild, man. He's sitting there with the hair, and I just saw he's 6'9", just tatted
plays the
shoulder.
Game.
He put so I respect the game. I respect what he's doing. I see what he's doing. You got to respect somebody that has. And you can argue he's probably the biggest name in the division. You saw Chris. He fights him, and he walks away with like 200K in Instagram. It's pretty cool because obviously you got to add that plus the whole cardio was on. But I would be lying if I wouldn't say that Shane's a big name. So it's kind of like do I take the name and risk it all, or do I fight the guy like TJ or Corey Sandhagen, or Dominic Cruz? So I'm in a good spot to have a lot of options, but I would not be lying to say in this day and age, it might be fucked up. It might be smarter to take the Shane fight, the Shane O'Malley fight, blow up and all the bullshit. And it's like, the clear path is TJ and
what
Corey.
Do you want the title is what it comes down to.
Down to is the title. So I think, obviously I want to get to the but it's fucked up. Like I might be able to beat Shane and get to the title.
I think a little extra money in the pocket. Yeah.
I would love that. We all would love that.
I'm in a good spot regardless. So I'm chilling right now. I'm just training. We got this weekend. We got Corey and TJ. We got to figure out how that works out. And then you have Peter Yan and Aljamain. Yeah. They got to rebook that fight. So I'm still in that waiting spot. I have good options, and hopefully, so I'll see how that plays out. But there's a lot of good names out there. It's Dominic Cruz, Shane O'Malley. You have obviously TJ Corey fighting this weekend. I could potentially fight the winner of that, or the loser of that. Or the loser of Peter Yan, of Aljamain. So I have a lot of options. Just realistically, I just hope I get straight to the belt, though.
Yeah, for real. That's what one of my other questions was going to be. I mean, you got a big fight with Corey and TJ coming up. Do you just in your back of your head right now saying I probably have the winner, or are you just waiting for something to happen?
Man, I don't know. Honestly, I think if Corey wins, I could see them giving him the belt. But the title shot.
Yep.
But I think if TJ wins, I could see how maybe they make him fight one more time because of the whole
hasn't fought in a while. Yep.
Saying all right, you won, but give me one. Saying but if Corey wins, I think okay, give him the title. And I think even if he has to wait, I think he will just wait for the title shot.
Why wouldn't he?
TJ might, even if he wins, he's been out for 2 years. Maybe he doesn't want to wait. Maybe maybe he does take the fight. Maybe they actually make him take the fight because listen, the whole situation that the EPO situation. So we'll see. But I'm in a good spot, man. And,
It's crazy how much your division's changed since TJ went down. Because I mean, it's just absolutely stacked with talent right now. I mean, everyone you just named, that's an awesome fight all around.
Yeah, no, it's all over the place. You know, it's fun though. And we still have a lot of up and coming guys that are like just about to crack the top 10, and like you guys like Randy Costa, and you know, like obviously you saw what Chris can do, and like it's definitely probably you know, one of the best, if not the best, divisions out there right now.
Oh yeah, that's my vote.
I'll ask you a kind of throwback Thursday question. 2018, 2016, you got to fight at the Garden in Boston, probably in front of family and friends. How great was that opportunity, you know, to fight in front of everyone you know and get the W?
It was the best feeling ever, bro. Like when I did it the first time, it was cool. Obviously, I won. It was my second fight.
Joey Gomez, right?
Yeah, when I beat Joey Gomez, it was great. It was it kind of, you know, it was kind of a short notice fight, and you know, he just picked it up, and he was a local fight, so it didn't feel like a UFC fight. It felt like a local fight just on the UFC stage, so it kind of took away from it. But then when I got Thomas Almeida, like a killer, you know, a big name, and you know, on a big card, and on a big main event, a pay-per-view, you know.
Was that DC?
Yeah. Say it again.
Was that Daniel Cormier? Was that card? Yeah.
DC versus I think Stipe.
Stipe, yeah.
And then
what a fight.
And then you know, we had that, and then we had
who's that, Nagano and someone
Calvin
else?
And me, Calvin, and Kyle on it as well, you know, so. I'm gonna say what's up, boys.
What's up, guys?
Calvin, I think you grew up my cousin, Chris Forbes.
Oh, Chris is the man.
We're gonna have to cut that.
I'm a Forbes.
Okay. Hi, Kevin. Say what's up.
How we doing? Nice to see you.
Hey.
Got Coach T in the building.
Oh, what's up? How we doing?
Chris Forbes, the Thorn legend.
That's awesome.
That's great. That's awesome
The
stuff.
cartel busted in.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
The cartel might be the hottest team to join right now.
Boston, right? We had Calvin fighting, we had Kyle fighting. It was just like, it was electric. You know, we had a whole squad back there with us. It was, you know, we had all the legends. Joe Lozon was out there. Everybody with Mike Rodriguez, everybody was with us. Charles Rose, I think, was out there. So we had all the mass guys, and yeah, you know, I felt like we couldn't lose that night, and we did it. And we all won, and you know, even Calvin bonused, and it was a good night. And again, we just went in there, got the job done, got out, and just enjoyed the night.
Cartel, baby.
Do you think does the grittiness of Boston, like obviously that's probably I would say a big factor of the New England Cartel. What makes you guys like go into these things and like have to represent it at another level in a way? Like, you can just see it right there, just when he came in, he showed number doing like that or whatever.
It's kind of like,
it's the Boston mentality.
You got to represent, you got to hold it down, because again, like New England, and they really get behind, you know, seeing their teams, their sports, their towns, their, you know, seeing their people, they really get behind, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you know what it is, you know, you got to represent it and put it out there, because the love, you know what I'm saying, the fans give is ridiculous, and I definitely don't want that going anywhere, you know. So like, I'm proud and honored to represent New England, and like, I really do feel like we're that 15, you know, we're at that Boston's 15, and like, sure, we can represent and put on just like the Patriots and the Red Sox and Celtics, and get that kind of following, and get Massachusetts and Boston behind us. Not even that, but all the way from Maine down to Rhode Island. You know, like we really actually get out there and train. Like we have my wrestling coaches from Maine. You know, we get a lot of guys come up from Rhode Island just to spar and help us out. So we really do get out there and use all of New England. And so it is pretty cool to represent.
Now, unrelated UFC question here, and I got to talk about it because I think you've spent some time in Tampa. So what did you think about Tom Brady going to play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and win the Super Bowl in his first year? It's got to be something special.
Honestly, I felt like, all right, come on, man. He's leaving, but he's kind of going back to my old town. So it's not the worst. And I was there when they won it. Was it 20? It was a while back.
2001, I believe.
Yeah, 2001.
Yeah.
So I was there, so that was pretty cool. So it's kind of like I wasn't too mad at him. I was pretty happy. I was pretty happy for him. So
seeing Gronk score a couple times, great thing to see.
It's crazy, It's the Tampa Buccaneers, you know. It's crazy seeing them win, but then you got Tom Brady doing it for them. It's kind of like, hey, let's go, we're back, baby.
Let's ride.
Another question I asked Chris a couple weeks ago, Martino, about this one. So I know you talked about your story of the pizza thing definitely people don't know about that. But what do people don't know about Rob Font that like they should know outside of the octagon? Like, what do you like to do when he impresses you?
I love to teach, man. I really do love to teach. I think I found another passion. I definitely can see myself coaching, teaching. I love to see like somebody go from 0 to 100 and improve in so many different ways, from confidence to just weight loss to even just coming a top amateur fighter or even a pro fighter. I do love that. I didn't think I would, but like I get excited. Sometimes I'll get in trouble. I'm taking 2 hours extra on the session. My girl's killing me. She's like, where you at? I'm like, I'm still training. Like, there's no way he's still training. Like, I got a FaceTime.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure. I'm trying to make sure this guy doesn't get beat up when he goes out there. So I definitely found a new passion. But yeah, definitely. I definitely love teaching.
What is your training thing? If you want, like, to plug it, I'm kind of interested in fucking coming in at this point. I always see you guys, like, you on your Instagram, like, you're in training, like, amateurs or whatever, like, average shows off the street. Yeah. Like, where is it? Or what do you call it?
We have a little studio in Lawrence, Massachusetts. We have a little studio, but then we also train at a boxing gym in Haverhill, and then a jiu-jitsu school in New Hampshire. So. We do our personal training and like private lessons and stuff like that at the gym in Lawrence, and then obviously we box at the boxing gym and do jiu-jitsu at the jiu-jitsu school. So, we're kind of all over, but our main spot's in Lawrence.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah. Take your poison.
My last question here. I don't know what the boys have, but the ultimate goal I would say for you is to win a bantamweight title belt.
100%.
How do you think you're going to be able to do that? And, is that the ultimate, that's the ultimate goal, but are there any other secondary goals that you'd like to accomplish before the end of your mixed martial arts career?
Obviously we got the team going. Again, I wouldn't mind owning a school soon. And then just being real smart with the money I make and investing in it and making sure I'm not fighting when I'm fucking 60, 50 years old,
Crypto guy, Crypto.com's involved now with you guys.
I'll be super happy if I talk to you guys trying to hype up a fight in 40 years, so,
right.
But I'm just enjoying it, taking it day by day and just hopefully again, seeing what's the next opportunity. But I could definitely see me coaching and helping out the next generation of fighters out of New England.
That's awesome.
Respectable.
I got a little thing.
Maybe even doing some jiu-jitsu tournaments and stuff like that after fighting and just staying involved, but figuring that out. And again, being smart with whatever I make.
You like the AGB game, always getting better. I like that.
Yeah. Keep the cartel running, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Awesome. I gotta add, what is it about, I feel like every fighter has this. Once they do it, they get addicted. I mean, is it an addictive personality or is it just a sport of fighting? They all, every fighter we talk to is they fall in love pretty instantly.
It's the truest, realest shit you can do. You can't lie about that. You can't fake it, but you can there's certain things you can fake and kind of get by and kind of coast with this is that you can't. So you wake up every day and you're fighting yourself, and then again, I think that. For me, I don't need motivation to get up and get going. And again, for me to, and I think I feel like I'm still getting better and I'm still learning. And I've been doing it since 2008 and it still feels brand new. So it's
that's awesome.
It's I'm still chasing this, I don't know what I'm chasing, but I'm still chasing.
It's out there.
And I feel like I still can get better at jiu-jitsu. And I was like, I beat Cody Garbrandt, but how can I beat the next guy a lot faster, a lot better? And I'm chasing that now. So, it's kind of that was great, but then there's even bigger monsters out there, and we got to accomplish that. And then, even when you break it down to just jiu-jitsu class and the gis, I'm trying to get better in that, and I'm chasing, trying to chase that and get my black belt. And so there's always something new, there's always something fun, there's always something fresh, and it only gets harder. And again, you got the young guys coming up, so it's I got to compete with these dudes, and again, I'm fresh, I feel great. And I think, another thing is I started kind of late, so I didn't get beat up in the boxing gyms. I didn't wrestle, so I don't have neck and knee injuries and stuff like that.
That's
so
definitely big.
Yeah, a lot of miles left.
Yeah, I have a lot of miles left, and I don't take a lot of damage in the cage. So I still feel fresh. I'm still in love with it, and again, it's just it's just like, again, it's this feeling where if I don't train, I don't feel right. Like, again, it's like
it's a good addiction to have. Like, it's a good addiction.
And go out there and hang out, but then I feel wrong. My body feels off. I'm slower, like I'm and all that, and like I gotta get back to it like instantly. Like it feels wrong, and like I know I'm supposed to be doing this, and man, I recommend to anybody to definitely train it and try it out and check it out, because just to make sure you know how to obviously handle yourself. If, God forbid you ever get into a situation, just for that, or again, like God forbid, like your son or kids or nephews are getting bullied, you can legitimately give them something to take back to school or home with, saying, but just got to be tough, and you actually break down how to throw a couple punches and
right.
And,
I buy real quick.
Something like that. You can give them some legitimate knowledge just by just knowing like basic jiu-jitsu, basic striking, basic MMA.
Awesome, yeah.
Incredible, Rob. Really appreciate you taking the time tonight, and we'll be looking in the future, man. I think there's a championship belt waiting for you.
I'm pretty sure guests are 13-1 after coming on this podcast. So
Who lost?
Slippery Pete.
Oh, Slippery Pete. Yeah.
Slippery Pete.
Have a good one, buddy.
Again, boys, thanks for having me on, man.
Thank you.
All right, boys.
If you are looking to shed those extra quarantine pounds and get stronger, or you're an athlete looking to get a slight edge on your competition, we have the gym for you. Introducing Slight Edge Fitness and Performance, conveniently located in Braintree, Massachusetts at 101 French Avenue. With Craig Kelly, best in the business, Slight Edge is offering individual, small group, and sports performing training in a private gym setting. The Slight Edge trainers will be sure to get your heart rate up, increase strength, and help you reach your fitness goals with a customized program. Find them on Instagram using the handle @SlightEdgeFit, or visit their website at slightedgefit.com and set up a free strategy session while you're there. And that was UFC Bantamweight, Rob Font. It was, like I said, it was a long time coming. We tried to get him on the show in January. Things fell through, and then again he wins another one, most impressive fight of his career, in Cody Garbrandt. And luckily we got him on. What do you think about it, Antan?
Phenomenal guy. You can just see the way he wants to just kind of bring on, New England in the way that, fighting is. UFC is kind of brought up, how they are doing it with Calvin and with their coach. I think he was like the number 5 coach in the world, or number 1 coach in the world.
He's got a lot of guys on his roster.
Yeah, so like I think that's Font's kind of, he's got his handprints all over that, and that's really cool to me.
The thing I really took away from it, that pizza story of how he watched a GSP fight, whatever was going on. You don't just do that every day. I'm sorry, if you're a pizza delivery guy, you're not fighting the UFC tomorrow. This guy has absolute mitts.
Number three ranking in the bantamweight division.
He might have undersold that, that he just was like. He said he was athletic, but
he wasn't trying to be cocky. He was saying exactly what happened.
He was the man. I mean, I wish I was as cool as him.
Couple bros in a garage just inspired him.
That's what you see in the UFC and boxing community. At least what we see on this show, they're not like these Hollywood guys who think they're better.
They're nutcases. They're absolute mental.
But he was just ready to talk about getting other people better. It kind of hit parts of the Noelle Lambert one a couple weeks ago, how she's just trying to get better at everything she does. So is this guy. So are all these athletes, and not trying to get themselves better, but trying to get the people around them.
He's going to be in the UFC forever.
It is crazy to see these people at the top of their careers or the top of their sport, and they're still trying to figure out ways how can I get better, do more, help other people get better.
Now I didn't want to say it to him because this is my favorite thing, but I want to see TJ Dillashaw win this weekend because I think him versus Font would be incredible. That would be an incredible match.
I think he would
that whole top 4 is just incredible. Whatever gets made, it's just going to be awesome.
I just think his fighting style to Dillashaw's makes perfect sense to fight each other. It's a little bit comparison to who we fought last time in Cody, but Dillashaw is coming back, and we'll see what he's got to play with against Sandhagen this weekend.
Yeah, that fight should be fucking
Sandhagen ain't no joke.
Yeah,
no joke at all.
Coming off one of the best knees I've ever seen in my life.
Back to Paloozies we go.
Yeah.
Maybe
Also,
Probably.
let's give a happy birthday to Steele.
Yeah, big
Happy
week,
birthday,
big week.
Steele.
It's been great.
Belated
It's been
birthday.
great.
it was yesterday. Yeah.
Did you enjoy the picture of you with Larry the Lobster?
Yes.
The
Glorious.
people loved it.
Yeah, as they should. R.I.P.
People loved it. R.I.P. to Larry.
R.I.P.
Larry
to
was a
King.
good man for the couple minutes
Put
we
the
knew
team
him.
on his back. Yeah, it was a hell of a half hour.
I was
Shout
look-
out Burke Seafood.
I was looking through my camera roll of which one to put on, and I saw that one, and it was an immediate.
I was
no-brainer.
pretty shocked when I saw that picture you went with. Especially because
Context,
Steele
like,
doesn't have a beard in it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the caption. I mean, come on, man.
The people know. The people know.
People do know.
The people know. Come on. We'll move.
Class photo, though. Classy. I took it. You
Oh, yeah.
didn't even probably know I took it.
so now
but-
you're trying to take credit. I like that.
I will take
I'm pretty
credit.
sure I killed Larry. So
I know. Like context, like doesn't help that. Like, why do I have that? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't
either,
I
yeah.
don't fucking have a clue why I have a lobster.
We'll now move on from the octagon to the hardwood as the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, the Milwaukee Bucks closed the NBA Finals in 6 games the other night as Giannis Antetokounmpo went out for a 50 burger, 50 not McNugget, but I think a Chick-fil-A the next day.
Yeah, he called the McNuggets.
Yeah,
So let it ride.
I'll give Antan the floor here. What'd you think about my prediction being right? First off, Bucks in 6, but seeing the Milwaukee Bucks actually win an NBA title for the first time in 50 years.
you know what? I'd give you credit, but I'm just happy it made my Bucks in 5 look better because it looked disgusting when they were down 2-0.
Yeah, way to bounce back.
Yeah, Giannis. You know what? My favorite part of it all was him calling out saying that, hey, I didn't have to go to a super team. He wanted to say James Harden's name so bad.
Yeah.
He wanted to say he could have named any of them.
Stayed in Milwaukee.
You know what? He stayed there. He got lucky with injuries, probably COVID, whatever. I don't care. That was an awesome championship. That was a good Suns team. He beat PJ Tucker. By the way, did you see that?
Yeah, just defeated everyone from Houston. Just bang,
Every
bang.
superstar from Houston.
It was Chris Paul, James Harden, Trevor Ariza, and Capella.
And did you see his stat line? It was like awful.
I don't know. He's just trying to get on your best offensive
Winners
player
win.
and get him on top
Winners
of him.
win.
The big thing I took from Giannis, though, is I hated him in that. I think it was 2016 first round against the Celtics when the Celtics won 7 games. But seeing him now, seeing how intelligent he is in terms of talking about, I think he had a quote talking, I don't focus on the past. I don't focus on the future. I focus right now. And he said it way more cleaner than what I just said right there. But
Yeah,
it
you were
was
way off.
it was
Live,
just
laugh,
so
love.
impressive to
Blah,
see.
blah, blah.
It was
Oh,
good
yeah,
to
I
see.
mean, like,
he
whatever.
he's like, if I'm looking back, I'm not getting better or something.
Yeah.
And that was literally the epitome of what the athletes were interviewing about. They're trying to get better. Even
Oh yeah,
though they're at
if
the
you
top
don't
of the
like
sport.
him off the court, then you're an absolute asshole.
Yeah.
Like that's like the best guy. Like that guy's amazing.
I wonder if that girl was pissed at the Chick-fil-A. And they're pretty, it sucks that they have to be out there taking the drive-through line. Like, that's what machines are for. So was she pissed that she was in front of 150,000 people? I'm curious.
Was she pissed? I don't think she was pissed.
I don't think she was pissed.
She was stunned
Who
that
knows?
she was at like
Who knows?
150. Like he was like
I'm
at
curious, but
150,000.
we should
She
interview
was like,
her.
oh shit.
We should interview her.
I mean, if you
We can get her. We
if
can't
you
probably
see
get
what's
Giannis.
What's Giannis driving, and then you just
How does that guy
big
fit in
he
the
is?
car?
I think you should know if he has a phone there.
Yeah.
How do you
She didn't know. I don't think she knew who it was.
The NBA Finals trophy was like in
Well,
his
if you don't know
fucking
who Giannis is, that's your fault. That's your fucking fault.
in Milwaukee.
Come
You gotta
on.
be on that.
He literally saved that city. He
No,
saved that franchise.
those people eat, sleep, and breathe Chick-fil-A. Like, all she was thinking about was waking up and getting and doing her job. She's a Bill Belichick.
Man,
Chick-fil-A is a
woman of the
Bill
people.
Belichick
She was
kind of job.
not.
Woman of the people.
You are a fucking idiot.
She did not know who he was. I promise.
come on.
Watch the video.
Mike, she was
She was like starstruck. She was like, "Can I take your order?"
Mike, she does not fucking wake up and say, I cannot wait to fucking take fucking people's order.
Giannis had it. Yeah.
I'm not
Like,
saying she.
oh my god, I can't wait to
right.
give this fucking secret sauce fucking on my chicken burger and give it a no.
Sweet and sour sauce all over my pussy.
Yeah.
Shout out Dane Cook. Classic
How
Dane
about
Cook.
big shout out to the Milwaukee fans too? I think they had 20,000 in attendance and they had 65,000 people outside. That was
Love it.
incredible.
I didn't know. I didn't know Milwaukee got down like that.
No,
I don't know
I
why I
had
didn't
no
know
idea.
that.
It's
I
the
had no
Green
idea.
Bay fans coming
Yeah.
over. It's that whole fan
mean,
base.
Once
I'm a
again,
part
this is
owner of Green
AJ
Bay.
Dillon kind of related. Like we have
yeah.
AJ Dillon on. He
Godzilla.
wants the Bucks to win. They win.
They win. Exactly.
If we had someone who wanted the Suns to win,
We had
that would
Suns
have
and 4
happened.
guy, which we really dropped the ball on.
Fuck
Yeah.
Suns and
Yeah.
4 guy is somewhere like in a casket right now. Like talk about
At least
Career dub.
Oh yeah,
Hey, yeah.
his cameo got deleted yesterday.
Yeah. Still has an action figure though. Still has it.
I am interested on him, actually. We should have him on now that his career's done. We could easily get him.
Yeah, back on the basketball forefront of things, and Chris Middleton's always been the duo of Giannis. I think them picking up Drew Holiday was huge.
The swap of Brogdon to Holiday was
huge.
so underrated.
Massive. And how about the fan favorite? He was
The local guy?
awful in Chicago. Bobby
Portis,
Portis coming to play. They were screaming, Bobby, Bobby. Oh my God.
Those eyes, bro. Every time the camera goes to that guy, it's hysterical.
Adam, I don't know if you want to suck his dick or what, but like, name him one more consecutive podcast. Seriously,
What is it?
I'm saying Bobby Portis has been mentioned like
Good.
fucking 4 straight podcasts.
He's a Bobby Portis
fan.
I'm a big Bobby Portis guy.
You got a lot of nerve.
A local guy. Maybe we can get him on this fucking podcast.
He owes me $50,000.
He didn't score a point, but you know what? He had 8 rebounds.
Connaughton.
He was minus 11 on
College.
the fucking board. But
The last 5 threes I've seen him take, they've I think half of them.
it doesn't matter. He had 8
He's an
rebounds.
NBA champion. All right, he's an NBA champion.
Yeah, he's a local guy.
I don't appreciate that. I love Bobby.
You
Portis
love
came to
Bobby
play.
Portis. I know. I've heard it.
I'm getting on Naz's side here. That was uncalled for. Like Bobby Portis, I don't even know who the fuck Bobby Portis is, but like I like his name. Probably a cool guy.
Really cool guy.
He's mentioned him like 4 podcasts in a row.
He's a fan.
Sports, you asshole.
He's a fan. Jesus, watching you. Should we say you suck the dick of every minor leaguer in baseball last
Have I
week?
mentioned him 4 podcasts in a row?
Oh no! Well, we had a minor league
we
on
get
last
there.
time.
What
but
if we
we'll
allowed
get
it?
there?
If we brought up the Mets, like
Allow me to then.
triple
Jesus.
single A team every week.
Moving on. On the other side of things, like we said, the Suns and 4 guy went down, and so did Chris Paul, and Chris Paul will be on the move this offseason.
Fact?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Where do we see him going? I know the Lakers is
That's
a
it.
Yeah,
sexy fit.
Laker.
I think it's that's it right there. I think we
Laker.
can stop right there.
You know what I heard though is
Rent the jerseys.
A phenomenal rumor is
He's coming to
Dame
Boston.
going to Golden State
Yeah, that's where he's from.
for Wiggins, Wiseman, a couple lottery picks.
Wow.
You have Steph,
I
Dame,
love
and
it.
Curry just
I would make
pulling
that
up from
trade
half
in a
court.
second.
That's phenomenal.
As far as like Showtime, yes, that will be very entertaining to watch them take half quarters.
No,
on
watching
that.
them be like, who takes the farthest one? You know what I mean? Like, Steph will hit this
gonna look
one.
like a
Dame
fucking
will be
video
able to
game.
hit
Literally
this
3
one.
of them, and Thompson.
Your
too.
defense will be terrible, but like just outscore your opponent.
Those score.
Just
they'll
Give
go-
away
Just
Wiseman, though?
get Mike D'Antoni and just have him be the coach.
No,
and just
let
let
it
him rain
fly.
threes.
Let it
Just pick up
fly.
PJ Tucker at the trade deadline. You got a defender.
You got Draymond and PJ, fucking just 2 badass dudes, just fucking 6 undersized, centers just banging on the boards.
Get Marcus over there too.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah,
Well,
get Marcus out of Boston.
Fuck it.
please.
I don't know if there's anything we could take from them
Well, after they
Yeah, after they do that,
give
no.
after they give the house to Portland.
Yeah.
Exactly. Moving on here to the baseball diamond. Red Sox Yankees took on last week. I think the Yankees took 2 out of 3 because the one game won 6 innings. Still not convinced about the Red Sox starting pitching. I know they're in first place, but still not convinced.
What will it take to convince you?
Like Chris Sale coming back and then them
He's
getting
throwing
Max Scherzer.
97.
No, Chris Sale looked impressive the other day
Yeah.
in Portland.
I mean, can we just not speak this into existence? I can't.
Max
can't.
Scherzer.
My brain
Max.
cannot do it. My brain
Max.
can't do it.
Need
Is
him.
there
can't.
how decent of a
I'm
shot
not
is
talking
it?
about it. You're
It's
speaking it into
reasonable. It's
existence.
reasonable.
It's reasonable.
I would say
He's going.
25%.
He's going.
No.
It just depends on who. Just depends who.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't
going.
buy a Scherzer Sox jersey?
To burn it.
All right.
I'll make that video with you.
I'd buy a
I'm
cool
in.
one if Barstool, I don't know, made a Red Sox one with 2 different eyes. I don't know. But that might be a good one.
Crazy.
No,
eyes,
no.
That
I'd
sounds
buy-
fucking terrible.
It sounds horrible. It
Yeah,
sounds
so it's the Yankees
disgusting.
team. Antan, you got a big pickup today with your Rays.
Yeah, it's a good day to be a Ray.
The worst.
Who'd you get?
Now that's a shirt.
We got the 40 home run king. Just loves to hit bombs. Nelson Cruz, don't mind steroids.
Yeah, no, dude.
He's just a better Hunter Renfro.
I was mentioning it. That's a good point there. But I think Hunter Renfro, good defensively. He's got an
He's
absolute
he's
beast.
got a
the
cannon.
best pick of
Yeah.
the Red Sox had.
Nelson Cruz, I was telling Steele on the way to the podcast today, is Nelson Cruz is your Bryson DeChambeau, just golfer who just hits 40 shags a year.
And
43
with
years
the Rays team, who their all stars were what? Fucking Broussard Joey Wendell and reliever Kittredge there.
Joey Wendell's fun.
He's gonna be so sick for the Rays, and I fucking
I
hate
mean-
it. It's so bad that he came to the AL East. I hate it.
I
hate it.
I mean, you know what? Rays by 7. Rays win the AL East by 7 games.
Oh wow. Okay.
Anyone want to take that action?
Absolutely.
I would take that action any day of the week. I'm not saying the Red Sox right now on Thursday night are only a game ahead of the Rays. So I'm sold on their offense. I've been sold on their offense since day one. Devers, Xander Bogaerts, JD Martinez, they've all been hitting well. They have guys, that have been platoon players who've stepped in there like Verdugo, Hunter Renfroe, all been great offensively. But when you talk about their pitching, Garrett Richards, who was shit last night, even though, perfect example, I think they were up, 6-2? And I'm like, yeah, finally a good start from Garrett Richards, this fucking asshole. Lets up 2 solo dingers and gets taken out. Like, that's the perfect epitome of what that guy does.
He's
that guy's
gotten
a bomb.
smoked by the tack rule, the spider tack.
He was getting racked anyway.
Not
He
really.
sucks.
He was better before that. Like, he got really fucking smoked.
I'll take Paul Carson as my picture any day.
Shout
I
out
mean,
Carson.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Carson
know. The Rays, do you guys get Chris Sale back? If we get Glasnow back, I mean, we've got him Wander up. We got Cruz coming in.
Is that like possibility? Glass?
Oh, yeah.
That's like a real thing?
I mean, September. But,
Down the road, yeah.
that's definitely.
That's why they're
Fuck.
Red Sox are so
Hate you
banking
guys.
on Chris Sale, just going back to Chris Sale, and it's sad.
But it is.
But it's
But if
also
they
like
get
probably
Scherzer, then
true.
we're okay.
No, yeah. The thing is, like, if the Red Sox ownership in what's his name there, Bloom, like, hey, we get Chris Sale, we don't have to make a move, and they rely on that.
They're in trouble.
Ooh,
They're in trouble.
Screwed.
they're gonna get destroyed by
Bottom
media.
line, the Red Sox only have a chance to win the World Series if your Game 3 starter in the playoffs is Nathan Eovaldi. Had a great year, but I'm just saying, if he's my number 2, I don't
agree.
know, man.
I agree.
I don't know.
I agree. Hey,
Their
who knows
bullpen's
what
getting
Sale
better.
comes back as?
And
He's throwing 97, but
They're
still.
even flirting with the rumor of, Craig Kimbrell coming back, and he's had a phenomenal year for the Cubs, but, Matt Barnes had such a good year. How do you bounce
Why
about?
even make that move? Why, like, out of
to
all
stack your bullpen?
Yeah, the bullpen.
Can always
the
use
Red Sox
another arm,
bullpen.
man.
I know, but with
to make Barnes
you
a
need a
big guy.
leadoff hitter for the Red Sox. You need and you need fucking 4 starting pitchers, 3 starting pitchers.
I mean, I know Verdugo's been up and down, but I mean,
He's not a leadoff.
He's been
Core
leadoff
is so
sometimes.
set on that 2 to 5 that Verdugo, the Bogarts, Devers, JD, whatever order it is.
Oh,
He will not change it. And
How
I
about
kinda
the
respect
Kiki
it.
cock shots though? He has like 5
Yeah, he's been great. He's been.
What did you call him?
cock shots, home runs.
Kiki cock shots?
Kiki cock shots. There
Hernandez.
we go. I like those too. Yeah. That was a good one.
Well,
No idea who
He's
he
been
is.
fine.
but
He's been fine, but I'm just
I
saying
will
that's
watch
the
a game when we make the playoffs.
Duran, I think that's why
promise.
he was brought up.
Or when
what's his face went on the DL?
yeah, just let it ride, man.
Arroyo.
Arroyo, yeah.
But other than that, they're hoping Duran
Bronson?
can do it. No.
No. Arroyo,
Yes.
Arroyo is a future best slow pitch softball player of all time.
Yeah,
He's a big guy, yeah.
Can we shout out the softball win that we had this week? Come on.
It was a 5-4 win.
Walk off. A walk off. It was excellent. There was a lot of rules and regulations being pulled. It felt like we were playing the MLB commissioners team, which we were playing the softball commissioners team. And they were
Naturally.
pulling rules on us all day.
Oh, they brought out the book.
I don't like
Yeah,
rules.
you
Steele.
could only have 3
I don't know
pinch
if you
runners
didn't know
in a
that about
game,
me.
and
Carson
a good
pitched
win.
great. It was a low scoring affair,
What
but
team
it was
was it?
Coops. And honestly, fuck Coops.
never beat him
I will
in the
never
eye.
eat another meal there.
Never beat him in the Irish pub softball history.
I
It was
will
good to
never
see.
eat another meal there after the way they were acting.
That's a tough break, 'cause
Although
Coops
the
is pretty
catcher who
fire.
I thought was gonna maybe take a bat to my head after the game, he did bring me a nice IPA. He's probably not. He's a alcoholic. His words, not mine. Brought me a nice IPA from fucking where the Trillium? No,
Trillium Widowmaker?
Treehouse.
Oh, that's a great IPA.
Excellent IPA. Shout out Treehouse. We'll
Julius is
we'll
my
make
actually
we'll
my
make a
favorite
trip
beer.
up there.
Yeah, since
Maybe
we're
I
ta-
might blog about that.
Since
Maybe-
we're talking about softball, I'll give a quick plug to the Steele
Yeah, we might
Nazz
as well.
Softball Classic. Teams are now sold out. We're always looking for donations as we're donating it to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation in memory of my
We
dog.
should have asked the New England Cartel for a donation. Fuck.
We still can.
Still get
but-
the DMs.
Yeah, we will. But yes.
Yeah.
and possibly is
That'd be a hell of a day.
there a new field coming in?
Yeah. We'll get there.
So all right.
Updates to come.
just cut
Updates
him
to
off.
come.
My
Teams are
bad.
sold out, but teams might not be sold out. So if you're listening and you want to get a team, possibly DM us so we
Possibly
know.
you.
DM us so we know if we should.
My name is Matt. My mind's pretzel. What are we
Yeah,
doing here?
I'm lost.
Teams are sold out unless we want to get another field.
Okay. Well, we'll keep going. We'll end with some Bruins talk as the Bruins are nearing a 4-year, $6 million a year contract with Taylor Hall. I'll start. I love it. He was such a big influence on the second line. Finally, someone to co-star with David Krejci. Obviously, a big pickup. I think a big step forward in the right direction for the Bruins having a chance at the Cup next season. What do you think, Steele?
Absolutely. I mean, him coming back. I mean, the big thing now is David Krejci. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, now he needs to come back. So we get him. Yeah. You need to pick up several defensive players. Even with like the Kraken just took
and that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And people were upset about that. Jeremy Lozon there. Feed him to the Wolves. I'm glad
fuck
he's
that
gone.
guy. Yeah, but like you need he's a young guy. You can
like
stay
wham. Jeremy Lozon's gone. Fuck you.
No, like, fuck you is right. I see Steve Nazz texting the group saying bad.
Stevie Nazz. Fuck you.
I would have rather Grizzly gone. No, yeah, he had one bad game. Who cares?
That's nuts.
And you know what?
That's crazy.
And you know what? Back to get Magic Mike in here a little bit. Lozon was the one who threw the pick 6 on the balcony game. So he's gone.
I remember that name for that reason. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a ridiculously bad
Absolutely
take.
gone. You ruined my night. He ruined my night.
I think Seattle is.
I didn't pop the top off for a loss.
Yeah, I think Seattle is going to be one of my favorite teams. As when Vegas came on, Vegas was one of my favorite teams.
Yeah.
Don't know if they're going to.
I love their jerseys, love the name, but it's not Vegas.
Oh, those Kraken jerseys are amazing.
You know what? I don't want to sound cocky, but I think if I started a expansion team in the NHL, I can make the playoffs the next season.
I mean,
that was pretty cocky.
Vegas has never not made the playoffs.
Well, no,
just sign some free agents. You got a shitload of cap space.
No, the biggest thing with them was they made a shitload of trades, and then Seattle didn't make any trades last night. So I think that's going to be a big difference.
But
they don't like Marc-Andre Fleury was such a steal to get in like for the Golden Knights. Like
what happened?
That's huge.
What
Like, he
was
just won the
thought
Vezina.
process of like taking all these young guys and goaltender, and when Carey Price was on the block. I don't understand that either.
I fucking hate them for keeping Carey Price in the division of the Bruins.
Yeah,
what pieces of shit? Why did they not take him?
They could have taken
They could have taken Carey Price, and they didn't take him.
Who'd they take as a goalie?
They're kind of tanking.
Ranger. He's from the Panthers.
They're tanking.
They're
pretty
tanking as an expansion team. Not smart. Not
Disgusting.
smart.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I mean,
Not smart.
Supersonics. Ever heard of them?
Seattle. I don't even know if they want
they
hockey
showed up.
there. So you gotta
Violence.
get the excitement going.
They had
You take Carey Price 100%.
They had Gary Payton announced and shit. They had people who probably never like.
Gary Payton was
Yeah,
involved.
it was like, dude, yeah, they were talking
Fuck.
about like the
Sean
contract
Kemp.
and shit.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like, dude, they don't have a single player. Like, they can take on the big contract. It doesn't matter. They can work it out.
Shout out to Grinelli and Spin Chicklets. So they put out like a shirt that says like crackhead. I would debate buying that if I gave a shit about this team. We'll see if I do. Good shirt. Good shirt.
I would never wear a shirt that says crackheads on it.
Well, you just don't get it, man.
I just bought a bulldog. I just bought a picture of a bulldog with a wig. You don't think I get it?
No, I don't know if you do. Crackheads are hot in the streets. Why are they
Literally.
making crypto NFT crackheads? We should make that right now.
I mean, you got a crypto crackhead.
We got a
right.
college correspondent in the house tonight. Listen to the podcast, College Correspondence. I'm asking him to literally find me coders. I want to make the next NFT crackheads. That hasn't been done yet. That will sell like wildfire. I'm telling you, it just will. Crypto people will be into that.
Fucking wild things
You know
going
what?
on here, Spring.
I'd buy a crypto crackhead.
I know you would.
I would.
That sounds even better. Find us coders.
College Correspondence is on the Hedge Better YouTube page, everything like that. Same with us.
One man thrill ride. I think. What's his name? One man thrill ride.
Jimmy Preston.
Man.
Man.
That's a big first guess for the boys. Huh?
Last name is not Preston.
Oh, nice.
He's a bullshit artist. He lied. Oh.
Yeah, Jim Abreu.
We won't say that. Should we say that?
What a turn of events.
I think it's publicly known. It's publicly known. Folks, want to thank you guys for tuning in, as well as, Rob Font making the big trip on the Steele Nazz here. That was great. And Calvin Cater. That was good stuff.
Yeah, love it.
Once again, thanks for Hedge Better, Justin here, for making all this possible. Big shout out to Slide Edge Fitness and Performance and Braintree. Big Craig Kelly over there. Actually entered a team in the softball tournament. Good stuff right there.
Let's go.
Who the hell's on his team?
TBA. Look to find out.
Interesting.
And
God knows. What if they're fucking sick? I'm worried. I don't know. This tournament's gonna be interesting. I felt very confident about my rippers. I still do.
No, there's a lot of competition. It's gonna be.
I just
trying to get in my head.
legit fear go into
There's
Magic's
one or
face.
two teams that are walking into that tournament that have no clue what they're getting into. Just let me know.
Like bums.
Like people who don't play softball in the league.
It's gonna be an exciting tournament. So seriously, donate 100% donate if you're a business or want to throw money to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation and to the Sullivan family.
Sullivan family.
And two, more teams we get, we can do more things. We can get another field. It's gonna be a hell of a day. I can promise you that. Also, I gotta say this: fucking Rough and Rowdy's not in Nashville. What the fuck? I mean, it's good for the softball tournament because now I don't have to do like a red eye back in here at 10 in the morning, possibly missing that and being hammered. But what the fuck, Rough and Rowdy?
So you're
why
saying
are
it's
we
good for
fighting in
you?
West Virginia again? This is like 6 fights in a row now. No one wants to go there. It's $400 for that flight.
Do it in Boston.
Do it anywhere. I don't know why they have to keep going there.
Atlantic City would be sick.
Be a great spot, yeah.
Shout out Lights Out Lang though. Kick fucking Pac-Man's ass, obviously. And
Let's go.
let's go.
That's a no-brainer.
We'll have a preview for that.
Let's go.
Softball tournament is August 28th. If you guys are still following here, that's all from Steele and Nazz.
Yep.
Be safe out there, everyone. Have a great weekend. Peace.
Later.